Well, to discuss the growing security concerns, let's bring in Roy Okhidievbie, a security expert who joins us from our Lagos studios. Thank you so much, Roy, for joining us on the news tonight. I'm not sure if you've seen the statement from the presidency yesterday, but that statement mentioned the dilemma of government in rescuing kidnapped victims, particularly the Kaduna-Abuja train-bound victims. But in your own assessment, in your professional analysis, how really difficult is it for government and security operatives in Nigeria to rescue kidnapped victims?
Well, thank you for this opportunity, and Nigeria is going through a very sad time. And if you listen to statements from Lai Mohammed, from Malami, and from the presidency, you will see that it's so much bereft of emotional concerns for the recipients of the violence and the insecurity. Now, if we look at the opportunity of agencies to curb insecurity, it's a very express situation. And I assure you that what we have in Nigeria today will not take the Nigerian army, the Nigerian military, and other security agencies put together just 2 or 3 weeks to curb it. But we are fortunate to see this kind of lackadaisical attitude, this kind of look aside, and this kind of distraction that have taken us to this level.
Let me ask you, I mean, is it a case of complicity, really? When you hear from confessed bandits saying, you know, insecurity has become a business everyone benefits from, including the government, and you have the federal government on the other hand saying, look, we've done all we should and all we can, you know, morale-wise and everything that's needed for the military to fight insecurity to a standstill. What do you make of all of this?
Well, that statement from the government is a big lie, and everybody knows that it's a big lie. It's a political statement based on the fact that we are looking at 2023 eyeball to eyeball. So everybody wants to sell their candidates, and I believe that that statement was to sell the candidate of the existing government. Now, if you look at the opportunity to say that you have done all you can, I want to ask a question. Why is it not possible for people to travel by the roads? Why is it not possible for children to go to school? Why is it not possible for Nigerians to go to worship centers, both in the worship centers of Christians and Muslims? Why is it not possible for us to be able to have nightlife? Even in Abuja, the parks have been asked to close by 7 p.m. and there's night economy that has been closed down. Now, why is it not possible also for people to be able to walk freely into sub-centers like shopping malls, marketplaces? So if you say you have done all that you can, have you been able to position the military appropriately? That is a no, because I served in the Nigerian military and I still commune with the Nigerian military community, the veteran community, and I will tell you from my own point of view, with experience, with traceable evidence, that the military is at its lowest ebb. The military we know is a joy and the approach and the likeness of all of Africa and the world at large. Now, if you look at the other agencies, the police have come out to say that they have been infiltrated. The military has come out themselves to say they have been infiltrated. And every security practitioner in Nigeria have been crying foul when we were romancing bandits, romancing terrorists, saying we were doing de-radicalization, reintroducing them into the communities. And if you look at the village heads, the village chiefs, so many of them have been found culpable and complicit with negotiating for bandits and ransom and all of those illegal activities. So where are we to come out to say? The Ministry of Justice also have been found culpable because they said by the minister that they have the list of people that have been involved in terrorism, that sponsor and that favor terrorism, and nothing has been done to show consequences. So all of this has proved that the government does not know what to do, will not do what it's supposed to do, has not done what it's supposed to do, and this is the dilemma that we find ourselves.
Roy, when you say the military is at its lowest ebb, in what sense exactly? Because when you look at the defense budget for Nigeria, it has increased over the years. So what is it we're not doing enough of? Because we're spending more.
Right. Now, so let me tell you what's happening, because in the military that we talk about today, the fighting force is the machinery of the middle cadre officers and the junior ranking officers, the other ranks cadre. Now, if you look at the promotion in the military, deployment in the military, and also those that have been favored to position them in offices that are not even in their own directive. Now, if you look at the deployment to front lines, so many officers were left in abandoned in front lines over 3 years, and that review has still been going on to bring them out. Look at the medical of the military. Have you not seen viral videos where soldiers complain of going to their villages to treat bullet wounds, while we have people that are flown abroad for every little ailment that they come against? Now, have you not seen the deployment of the officer, the senior officer cadre? Now, once you promote a senior officer above the ranks of his rank and file, you have to retire those that are above him. And this has brought bad blood around the officer cadre. Then if you go and look at the equipment that the military has and the opportunity to utilize it, you remember the girl that died, the female jet pilot that we lost in the barracks there. You know, there's a lot of penetration into the military. There's a lot of officers that have lost their lives that are unexplainable. Who has explained the way we lost the last Army Chief of Staff? Who has explained how some plane crash has happened? No audits, no forensic reports, no traceable evidence to show it was an accident. You know, an honest and innocent accident. So we have looked at all of this, and we know that a music is being played that we don't know how to dance in it.
And let me just take you on that very briefly. I mean, the killing of, security operatives, the attacks on police formations, security installations, whether in Kaduna or in different parts of the country. Is this a tactic, a deliberate strategy to a certain end? What exactly is the point that these terrorists try to make when they attack security installations? Respond to it.
We have been overreading. Now, if you look at intimidation, there is something that the military used to do before. We call it bush exercises, show of force. You know, we penetrate all of those places. I served in Kaduna for about 9 years. So sometimes we can do from Zaria down to Kaduna or to all of those other villages in the bush, just to do an exercise to show of force. Now, in a military where people walk into a barrack and people walk into a convoy and take it out, and you want to tell me that the confessions that have been made by bandits that have been de-radicalized, there have been no traces. There have been senior military officers that have also come out to say the military has been infiltrated, the military has been compromised, and it has not gotten any reasonable resolution. You know, even the police that we talked about, they are the ones that are supposed to also manage the communities, interrogate with intelligence, and communicate with the military. There is no synergy. The DSS, the military, the police, there is no synergy. So when you put in people that have aspired in positions that are supposed to have vibrant minds, that is where you begin to have challenges, because in all of these things that we are discussing, there is dynamics of insecurity and there are dynamics of security contending. When you cannot contend security with the global dynamics of intelligence, global dynamics of technology increase in technology use, and the dynamics of the quotient of training that you put, motivation, you know, and all of these things are just lacking in the military that we have today in Nigeria.
It's a very sad picture. It's an ongoing conversation because there's the role of the people and, of course, the issue of light weapons and small arms proliferation in the country. Mr. Roy, we have to thank you so much for bringing on the news tonight, and we do appreciate your analysis as always.